My wife demanded an open marriage or divorce, so I chose divorce. And her reaction was priceless. I'm Ethan Brooks, 36 now, a mechanical engineer in Atlanta. I build machines, big, clunky ones that hum and grind in factories across Georgia. It's not glamorous, but I love it. There's something about fixing a broken gear or sketching a new design that feels like solving a puzzle. My hands are usually smudged with grease, and my desk is a mess of coffee mugs and half-finished blueprints. 7 years ago, I thought I had it all figured out. Married to Lauren, my college sweetheart, living in a cramped but cozy apartment in Midtown. I thought we were solid. Man, was I wrong. Lauren's 34, an event planner who could charm a room blindfolded. Back at Georgia Tech, she was electric, always laughing, always dragging me to some party or dive bar. Her curly hair would bounce when she danced, and I'd just watch, smitten. We dated for years, got married in a little ceremony at Piedmont Park, and settled into our life. Early on, it was good. We'd cook tacos on Fridays, take road trips to Savannah, talk about kids someday. But then things shifted. She started staying late at work, her texts got short, her eyes stopped meeting mine. I told myself it was her job. Event planning's brutal, with bridezillas and last-minute crises. But deep down, I knew something was off. Her mom, Karen, 61, didn't help. She'd call from her condo in Buckhead, always poking her nose in. "Lauren's just spirited, Ethan," she'd say, like I was chaining her daughter to the stove. Spirited? More like reckless. My buddy Tom Reynolds, 37, a lawyer with a no-nonsense streak, saw it clearer. We'd grab beers at the local, and he'd lean in, voice low. "She's acting weird, man. Watch her." I'd shrug, sipping my IPA. "She's just stressed." But Tom's raised eyebrow said he wasn't buying it. He's got this scar above his lip from a bar fight years ago, and it twitches when he knows something's up. It was twitching a lot. I ignored the red flags. Lauren's phone was always face down on the counter, buzzing at odd hours. If I asked about her day, she'd snap, "Why do you care?" Our talks turned shallow. Weather, groceries, nothing real. I threw myself into work, designing a new assembly line for a factory in Marietta. My coworker, Lisa Carter, 35, noticed I was on edge. "You okay, Ethan?" she'd ask, her voice kind but sharp. Lisa's got this habit of chewing on her pen caps, leaving them all mangled. I'd nod, faking a smile, but our apartment wasn't a home anymore. It was just a place we both slept. I kept hoping it was a rough patch. Marriage isn't a straight line, right? So I tried harder, made her favorite lasagna, booked a weekend in Blue Ridge. Lauren barely cared. She'd stumble in late, smelling like Chardonnay and perfume, mumbling about client dinners. I wanted to believe her. I loved her, or at least the version of her I'd built in my head. But there was this gnawing feeling, like termites eating away at our foundation. Then, one Thursday night, everything cracked open. I was in our living room, a shoebox of a space with mismatched thrift store furniture and a view of a noisy street. I was sketching a gear system, my pencil scratching away, when Lauren walked in. No hey or kiss on the cheek. She just poured a glass of wine, sat on the couch, and stared at me like I was a stranger. "Ethan, we need to talk," she said, her voice flat as a board. My stomach knotted. I set my pencil down. "What's wrong?" She didn't even blink. "I want an open marriage." My brain screeched to a halt. Open marriage? Like, date other people? I laughed, thinking she was messing with me. Her face was blank, like she'd rehearsed this. "I'm not joking," she said. "I need to explore who I am." Explore? We'd been married 7 years, shared a lease, a life. I leaned forward, my pulse hammering. "Are you cheating?" She sighed, like I was the one being difficult. "Yeah, with Mike from work. It's not a big deal, just physical." Mike Turner, her co-worker with the slicked back hair and a Rolex he probably leased. I felt like I'd been punched. "How long?" I asked, my voice tight. She shrugged, swirling her wine. A few months? Months. Not a drunken mistake, a deliberate choice. I stood up, pacing the room, my socks catching on the frayed rug. End it. Now. Lauren shook her head, calm as anything. I don't want to. I like him. But I don't want to lose you either. Lose me? Like I was her safety net? She leaned back, crossing her arms. An open marriage means we both get what we want, or we divorce. You decide. Decide? She'd just blown up our life and tossed me the match. I was stunned. You're asking me to share you? After lying? She rolled her eyes. Don't be so old-fashioned, Ethan. I'm bored. This is how we fix it. Bored? I'd spent months trying to keep us together and she was bored? I wanted to yell, to shake her, but my voice came out quiet. What if I say no? Then we're done, she said. No emotion, no tears, no regret. Just a cold ultimatum. I sat back down, my head spinning. 7 years? And this was it? I tried to find a way out. What about counseling or just time? She snorted. I've done enough thinking. Pick. The next morning, Karen called, her voice all syrupy. Ethan, Lauren's going through something. Be patient. Patient? I lost it. She's sleeping with Mike, Karen. You cool with that? There was a long pause, then she said, She's young, Ethan. Don't cage her. Cage her? I hung up, my hands shaking. I met Tom at a coffee shop in Virginia Highland, the kind with wobbly tables and overpriced lattes. I spilled everything. His jaw tightened. She's playing you, man. She wants it all. Mike, you, the condo. Divorce her. I stared at my coffee, the steam curling up. What if she comes around? Tom shook his head. She's gone, Ethan. You're not. I went home, hoping to talk. Lauren was packing a bag for a work trip. I asked about Mike. She smirked, tossing her hair. He's fun. You could be too if you weren't so stuck. Stuck? She was turning this on me. I saw it then. Her plan. She thought I'd bend, let her have her cake and eat it. No way. That night I couldn't sleep. Her words, bored, stuck, fun, kept looping in my head. I still loved her, or maybe I just loved who she used to be. But this wasn't love. It was a betrayal. I started doubting myself. Was I boring? Too focused on work? I'd stay late at the office, sketching machines because it was easier than facing her. Maybe she had a point, but then I'd remember her smirk, and I'd get mad all over again. One night, I did something I'm not proud of. Lauren left her phone on the counter, unlocked, a rare slip. I grabbed it, my heart pounding. Texts with Mike glowed on the screen. Can't wait for tonight, babe. You're so much better than him. Not just physical, dates, inside jokes, plans, months of lies, not weeks. My chest hurt, like I couldn't breathe. I took screenshots, my fingers clumsy. The next morning, I showed her. You said it was casual, I said, my voice shaking. She didn't even blink. Snooping now? That's sad, Ethan. Sad? She was cheating and I was sad? She kept going. You're dull, Ethan. Mike's alive. Take the open marriage or I'll take everything in a divorce. Everything? Our savings? Our place? My sanity? I snapped. You don't get to run my life. She laughed, sharp and mean. Oh, I will. I deserve better. Better? After torching our vows? Karen called again, whining about Lauren's journey. I cut her off. She's with Mike, Karen. That's her journey. Karen got quiet, then said, You're pushing her away. Pushing? I hung up. Done. Friends started texting me, parroting Lauren's story. Why you holding her back? Holding her? I'd given her everything. Love, trust, a home. Now I was the bad guy. Rumors spread at work. A guy in accounting asked, You really stifling Lauren? My reputation was taking hits. I felt like I was drowning, everyone turning on me. Tom was my lifeline. Over wings at a sports bar, he said, "She's twisting the story, Ethan. She's probably got a lawyer. Get one." I nodded, scared. Divorce meant losing so much, our apartment, our savings. But staying? That meant losing myself. Lisa noticed I was off at work. "Ethan, you're dropping balls," she said one day, tossing her chewed-up pen on her desk. I told her the short version. "You're worth more than this," she said, her eyes steady. It stuck with me. I checked our bank accounts that night. Lauren had siphoned thousands to a new account, our joint savings. She was setting me up to crash. I printed statements, saved emails, started building a case. Lauren kept pushing. One night, she came home late, smelling like cologne. "Mike's place is chill," she said, smirking. "You'd like it if you weren't so rigid." Rigid? I was fighting to survive. "You're stealing our money," I said, holding up the bank statement. Her eyes flashed. "It's mine, too. I'll do what I want." She thought she had me cornered, scared, broke, alone. She was wrong. I was done pleading, done hoping. I met with Tom's lawyer friend, Greg, in a stuffy office downtown. I showed him everything, screenshots, bank records, her ultimatum. "She's counting on you caving," Greg said, adjusting his tie. "But we've got her. Moving joint funds like that? Big mistake." I nodded, my heart racing. "File the papers," I said. No going back. That night, I told Lauren. She was on the couch, scrolling her phone, probably texting Mike. "I'm done," I said, my voice steady. "I'm filing for divorce." Her head jerked up, eyes wide. "What?" She laughed, but it was shaky. "You're bluffing. You need me." Need her? I'd been alone for months. "Papers are coming," I said. "We're over." She didn't cry or beg, just smirked. "You'll regret this, Ethan. I'll take the apartment, the money, everything." Everything. She'd already taken my trust. I grabbed a bag and left for a cheap hotel off Peachtree. My phone lit up with her texts. "You're making a mistake. We can fix this." Fix it? She'd been breaking me for months. I blocked her. Karen showed up at the hotel the next day, banging on the door. "Ethan, you're killing Lauren," she yelled, her voice shrill. "Stop this divorce." I stood my ground. "She cheated, Karen. Stole our savings. I'm done." She clutched her purse, face red. "You're cruel. She deserves better." Better? I shut the door, my hands shaking. Greg moved fast. We filed, citing her affair and the money she took. I froze our joint accounts, thanks to Greg's advice. Lauren's secret account? We tracked it and got most of the money back. She was livid. Tom heard from her lawyer, some hotshot claiming I'd neglected her emotionally. Neglected? Greg snorted. "They've got no case. Your evidence is gold." I moved into a rental in Decatur, a tiny one-bedroom with creaky floors and a view of a dog park. It was bare, just a mattress and a folding chair, but it was mine. Lisa noticed my focus at work. "You're back, Ethan," she said, grinning. I dove into a new project, a conveyor system for a warehouse. My boss loved it. "This could be big for you," he said. I felt a spark of pride, something I hadn't felt in months. Lauren tried one last trick. She showed up at my rental, eyes puffy, voice soft. "I ended it with Mike," she said. "I love you, Ethan. Let's try again." Love. She loved my stability. Her eyes flicked around my place, probably sizing it up. "Too late," I said, my voice cold. "Sign the papers." Her face twisted, shock, then anger. "You'll pay for this," she spat, storming out. Pay? I'd already paid enough. I cut everyone off. Lauren, Karen, her friends. Tom kept me in the loop. She was spiraling, telling everyone I'd ruined her. But I was free. My lawyer had her pinned. My job was picking up. I was rebuilding one step at a time. And Lauren? Her reaction was just the beginning of her fall. A year later, I'm different. Atlanta feels alive again. Humid air, neon signs, the hum of the city. I'm 36, a senior engineer now, leading projects that keep factories running. My new apartment's small but mine. Tools hung on the walls, a coffee maker that gurgles too loud, a view of the skyline from my tiny balcony. I hike every weekend, trudging up Stone Mountain, sweat soaking my shirt. It clears my head, makes me feel solid. I met Rachel Evans, 33, at a charity run for a local animal shelter. She's a freelance journalist, all sharp wit and messy buns. We bonded over bad coffee at a shop in East Atlanta, talking about politics, dogs, and how we both hate running but do it anyway. She's not Lauren, no secrets, no games, just real. One night on a rooftop bar in Ponce Highland, I told her about Lauren. "She didn't deserve you," Rachel said, her eyes soft. I kissed her, nervous as hell. She kissed back, then laughed. "Took you long enough." I grinned, my chest warm. We're taking it slow. Rachel moved in a few months ago, her books piling up on my shelves. We burn pasta, laugh about it, and adopted a mutt named Scout who chews my shoes. Work's going strong. My conveyor project won an industry award, and Lisa threw me a cheesy toast at the office. "You're killing it, Ethan," she said. "I am. No more weight on my shoulders." Lauren tried one last time. A letter slid under my door, her handwriting shaky. "Ethan, I messed up. Mike's gone. Can we talk?" Messed up? She'd cheated, stolen, lied. I showed Rachel, who laughed. "She's got nerve." I tore it up. No response. Tom heard Lauren's freelancing gigs dried up, and she sold the condo to pay debts. Karen moved out, tired of her daughter's chaos. I don't care. Their mess isn't mine. Tom had a barbecue at his place in Grant Park, and Rachel and I went with Scout. Lisa was there, teasing me about my new vibe. Tom pulled me aside, beer in hand. "You did it, man! Lauren's history." "History? Yeah, she is." My parents called once, saying Lauren was struggling. "Maybe reach out?" Mom asked. I shut it down. She chose her path. I chose mine. They let it go. Rachel and I started a side project. Her writing stories about local engineers, my designs featured. It got some buzz in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. We talk about the future, maybe a trip to Japan, maybe a kid someday. She's not Lauren, always demanding more. She's my partner, my equal. "You're stuck with me," she says, smirking. Stuck? I'm home? Choosing divorce was hell. Lauren's betrayal, her affair, her demands, her greed, cut me open. But it set me free. Her reaction, shock, anger, fake tears, showed who she was. I walked away from a lie and found something real. Rachel, my work, my life, they're mine, built from the ground up. I'm Ethan Brooks, engineer, survivor, and honestly, I'm doing just fine.